Hi, I'm McGrath, cabinet maker, and I'm going to talk about the Lee construction site. This is the second of the series. I did another one on the Lee construction site where I talked about how I set up the truck, and now I'm going to show you how I set up the job site. Essentially what I do is I have these metal tech scaffolds which I use to set up all my tools. I showed you how I did that from the truck. But everything is arranged on these scaffolds. So here's my miter saw stand. I've got equipment pins here. This one I use, basically this is my workstation, which I can move around. I'm a cabinet maker, so right now in this job we're doing sort of high-end condo installation. So I've got all my tools that I'm going to use for cabinet construction. I've got cordless drills, hand tools. Here's a tray of small screws, tray of drill bits, all my other screws, clamps, and assembly tools, and all my various jigs. Levels on top, a nail gun here. The beauty of the system is, caulking gun here, is that everything I need to do assembly work is right here, and I can move it around the site. So if I'm doing something over here, I bring it right up to where I'm working. So if I'm working on this cabinet, everything's in hand. So it completely does away with the problem of having tools lie all over the truck, or I should say lie all over the site. That drives me crazy when you're on a job site. The other thing is too, because for example, the miter saw stand is on wheels. If I'm working here, I can set up all my tools such that I have a complete lean production cell. And if you talk about sort of movement being one of the wastes, I can take a piece, cut, take a piece, cut, drill, whatever, sawzall, change hand tools, grab some pins, okay? And I can move this around the site, and every component I'm working on, I have a complete lean production cell that I can, flexible system, that I can reorganize to maximize production and minimize movement. Because that's the other thing, a lot of job sites, people set up the miter saw in the middle, and they walk back and forth, and then they set up maybe a workbench in the other end of the site, and they walk back and forth. The whole production system could follow me around the site, or whoever, and so you really minimize movement. The other thing is, in terms of minimizing movement, is what I have done is, for this job, we're working in a condo, so I have to park the truck, even if I do bring the truck to work, I have to park the truck possibly half a mile away. So if you're going back, a lot of guys, they say, I've got my cabinet shop in my truck. Well, that's good if you're doing a kitchen and your truck is 50 feet from where you're working. But if you're in a condo or a commercial building, there's no way you could be 15, I should say, quarter mile away, half a mile away. If you have to walk back every time you need a different box of screws, that's a real killer in terms of timing. But what it will do with these metal tech scaffolds is basically load the entire contents of the truck onto this racking system, and it only takes a few minutes to set it up. I have my lockbox over here with more toolboxes underneath. And so what I've done, this collapsible bench also fits on the racks here. It's got a little hook on it. So by doing that, basically I've loaded the entire contents of my truck, which is a kind of mobile workshop, onto these racks and brought them up to the job, and I never have to go back and forth to the truck. So that minimizes movement an awful lot. That really improves efficiency. And the other thing is, because we're going to be here for probably 2 weeks, this is a fairly complicated installation. They've got cabinets all the way through this large condo. Because we're going to be here for 2 weeks, I'm able to unload all the equipment, the power tools I put in the lockbox at night, and I don't even need to take the truck to the job site. So for most of the time, we brought the materials in first, then we came with the truck and loaded all the tools from the truck. And then for 2 or 3 days, I just had myself and the workers, we all came on the subway. So I don't have to worry about parking, there's no going back and forth to the truck. And one more thing is save gas. I mean, we're not using a lot less gas because, I remember one residential project where there were 3 drawwallers and there were 3 pickup trucks in the driveway. And they could have fit all their tools in one little minivan, but this way, because everything is unloaded on site, I don't even need to take the truck to work, which is great because this is downtown, and going back and even finding parking is a pain. So it's efficient, it saves gas, it keeps well organized, it saves money. It's all in all a great system. And the site is organized, that's one more thing. There's no tools lying around, everybody knows where everything is, and everything's easy to find. Okay, thanks, bye.